I'm here with Jenna Deese, a teacher at Rendell Park Elementary School, to learn more about the initiatives students are taking to show their gratitude to essential workers and organizations. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, can you talk a bit about these gratitude greeting books and how this idea came about?
Absolutely. So, one of the things that we always focus on here at Rendell Park is how we treat others and ways that we can give back. So, naturally, when we were given an opportunity to spread some kindness, it was a great chance. We are like, we need to take charge of this and give our students this opportunity to give back to the community. So, my class had a conversation about, reflecting on the past year and what's gone on and how does that impacted us individually, but not just the adults, focusing more in on students and thinking about who has helped them individually. So that's kind of the spin we took, is we had students decide who they felt themselves had helped them in the community. And it was very interesting, the organizations and the places that students felt were the reason they made it through this past year. So we had a chance to, brainstorm as a class and then open it up to the entire school to have students select on their own who they felt impacted them or helped them get through this past year.
Awesome. So, these books, are they notes? Are they drawings? What do they kind of look like?
Absolutely. So I can pull one up here. I made sure to keep one near me. So we have just paperback books here. Some of them were quite large, and lots of them did get laminated too. But essentially, we had like 4 or 5 different formats of ways that kids could show their gratitude. So writing, drawing pictures. We had all sorts. We had jokes a couple kids wrote, or poems, you name it. But basically their only expectation was to share how that business had helped them in the past year. So that was kind of our only expectation. And then we just let the kids take it from there. Then we had our grade 6s kind of put the booklets together. And then I've actually had some students, not just in my classroom, but in our other grade 6 classrooms too, take them and deliver them to the different organizations. So the kids have really enjoyed, walking up, and they have a little script that they follow and to share, hey, I'm from Rendell Park and here's why we're doing this, and handing that booklet off. So it's been a great and positive experience for them.
You've sort of touched on this already, but how have the students responded to this project?
So it's kind of interesting. A few of my students I noticed were beyond excited to give back. So having, even students who don't enjoy writing per se, some of them were so excited to share their thoughts towards a certain place about why they were grateful. So I loved watching that kind of spark come alive for some of those students. As soon as we talked about delivering them, there was kids, hands in the air, like, I want to show up. I want to be the person who gets to deliver this booklet. And of course, they're deciding, hey, I want to go to this place and I want to go to this place. So there was lots of great conversation on who they felt was most important for themselves to deliver the book. And then we had a few kids who were like, I'll take 4 or 5 and deliver them. So that was fantastic.
And have you had any feedback from the businesses on how they've responded to the books?
Absolutely. We've had a couple Facebook posts tagging our school about, what a great pick me up. We got this book back or we got this book delivered from students at Rendell Park. And we're so grateful to have some, bring us some smiles today. So yeah, we've had great feedback so far, and we still have some more booklets going out. So I'm sure we'll have some more feedback coming forward in the next few days too.
Absolutely. So, in general, supporting local businesses is something people try to do. And that idea, I think, has been really emphasized in the past year as people come to understand how important local businesses are to their community. Do you think this project has brought that awareness to the students and made them more appreciative of not just the store as a whole, but the people working it and operating them?
Absolutely. I know one of the first conversations we had was, what are the organizations here in Lloyd? And so I found it really interesting, kids thinking about, places that they buy from on the internet, and having them truly understand that lots of those are not actually in Lloydminster. So we had that great conversation. And then once we started, writing a list of different businesses and organizations, many of the kids said, oh, I go there and I go there, and, started to make those connections that there are lots of places that are right here in Lloyd that are only here in Lloyd, especially our small businesses. So that was fantastic for them to realize, oh, this business does actually support me and only here in Lloydminster. So that was a great connection.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, Jenna. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.